Alrighty, so today we're going to talk about how to start our metal copper embossing assignment. Obviously last time what we were working on is getting your inspiration for the assignment. So a couple things that I have here is I have my design. I chose a mandala, and you'll see that I used the Google Mandala print guide on canvas. I opened that file, I made a copy of it, and then I dragged my image in to fit within that square. So that's going to fit perfectly over my image. Okay. The next thing I have is something soft. This is going to be needed to create the indents and the markings on the metal. So you could use a towel, you could use a T-shirt, but something soft needs to be under the metal to create the indent. Next, I have a pencil. I have a thin popsicle stick, and then I also have a thick popsicle stick, some scissors, and I also have some tape. So these are some of the things that we're going to need to first create the effect of the metal embossing. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go ahead and cut out my design right out from my paper. So I'm just going to cut right along these lines that are from the print guide. Now if you're using a Zentangle, you'll just cut your drawing out that you made, and you'll use that. I'll go through and cut all this out, get this nice and squared away. Boom. Alright, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to tape this directly to the metal so that we can go ahead and flip this and always constantly be able to check our work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some tape. You could use Scotch tape, masking tape, duct tape, any kind of tape. Go ahead, take a nice piece of tape. I'm going to put it right towards the top, make sure it's nice and lined. So I'll get that. Fold my tape right over the top, and boom, it kind of creates this nice little notebook effect where I can flip and I can look. Sorry about the glare from the metal there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my T-shirt so that I can go ahead and start my embossing. Okay. So I'm going to lay this out, and it doesn't need to be really thick. Just needs to have some soft space there. Okay, good. All right. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move the camera closer here so that you can see this. Then I'm going to put my design right here on the metal. Perfect. All right, so now we're going to start the process of embossing. So what we're going to be doing here is now we're going to start talking about what to emboss, how to emboss, and how to make this look really interesting. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to look at this image and I want to think about whatever I press down onto this metal is going to create an indent. Whatever I don't press down will remain raised. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I like to start from the middle and work my way out with the mandalas. If you're working with the Zentangle, you can obviously just go ahead and start anywhere you'd like. With these, you'll get some awesome effects based on how you kind of look at the metal. So I have an example here that I started earlier, and you'll see I started going over some of my design work with the pencil, and it starts creating this awesome raised surface. So you can look at both sides of it and see the designs there. The glare kind of makes it tough, but where you press down is where the metal creates an indent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start right in the middle here. I'm going to start right with that little dot. Now I have a couple tools that I can use for this. I like a dull pencil or a non-usable mechanical pencil so the lead's not poking out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in. I'm really going to press down. I'm going to make that one indented. Maybe I'll make this outside line. I'm going to indent this outside line. And this is where you kind of look back and forth and see what you want to do. Once you get going, you just kind of go with the flow of that. And then maybe I'll do some of these lines that cut across here. And you want to press kind of hard, just to ensure you're getting a great embossing. So now if we look, if I lift that up, you'll see I have my design kind of coming through here. It's got that texture. What I could do is once I've lifted that up, I can actually go directly onto the metal and press a little harder directly onto the metal. Just to stretch that design a little bit more and really get it kind of popping out. So obviously what's cool is the reversal. So this side, I get to focus, and this side will be a reversal. So now I can continuously go throughout my entire design and continue to start doing you know, some of the stuff that we see on here. Obviously some of these details are going to be kind of tough. So you want to be selective of what it is you're creating and what kind of designs you're making, but you can really see you get some really good, let's see if I can make this a little darker, maybe it'll help. You can really get some awesome effects and really get some cool design work. So there we go. So I would keep going around. Maybe I would do a line here. Right. So you start getting some really awesome effects and some really awesome work. Biggest thing is too is once you do a marking, I like to flip it up and go back in and kind of stretch that line work, make it a little bit deeper, make it a little bit cleaner. That's really going to help with the design and help get some good effects. All right, so that's it, and then you'll just keep working through, getting through your design, obviously double checking back and forth after each kind of marking that you make. But that's really it, so enjoy it, have fun with it, and I can't wait to see what you guys come up with.